The Earth is flat and my wife has a penis lol. P.S. I see you guys are interested in the trans rabbit hole. I produced a movie a little over 10 years ago for Alex Jones called State of Mind, The Psychology of Control. We were encouraged not to share all of our findings related to MKUltra and Project Monarch. It sounds so unbelievable, I'll go ahead and share it. In the 90s they perfected video mind control. It was only effective at 60 frames per second. Broadcast was 30 frames per second. They transitioned from 30 to 60 progressive scanned frames a second within the next 10 years to implement their subliminal control. Here's the positive. They're targeting violent psychopaths and sexual deviant pedophiles through 60 frames per second pornographic bait loli hentai. At the point of climax and release, it hypnotizes, traps the viewer into consciously sitting back into their bodies and uncontrollably following pre-programmed instructions to castrate, destroy, NTF sissy programming, transform themselves into the subject of the video. I'm trying to make this PG. Can you imagine being fully conscious but unable to control yourself as you watch yourself go through the transition process? You never fully leave consciousness even through anesthesia was part of it. You are fully aware with sensations during the surgeries. That's part of the punishment. That's also why suicide is so prevalent in the community. They are prisoners in their own body. I sometimes want to help these guys, dressed up as 5-year-old girls, even though I know what caused their malfunction. There are videos targeting men hating women as well. Plastic surgery, self-mutilation. The transition is not only cross-gender but also age. I have known a hermaphrodite who was born without any sexual organs and heard of other variations of deformities. Transgender is not a natural condition though. It's none of my business, but I'll give you an example within the last year. Chris from Mr. Beast. Let's just say I am nuts and everything I have to say can but will not be proven here in this conversation, okay? Married to a beautiful woman, with a son, in his mid-20s, now dressing like an elementary school-age girl. We can only imagine their opportunities with their audience demographic. There is one way to break the control, with a very long fast, 40-day death fast. Coincidentally, Mr. Beast fasted for 30 days. They must have been carried mentored by a master who finished up the last 10 days of the fast in exchange for 25% control over the Beast Empire. 221 million sets of eyes and the whole earth marveled as they followed the Beast. Chris didn't make it and was ostracized, Freemason public humiliation in multiple videos, having to wear black and white symbolic clothing pointing out his crimes through sigils, numerology and spells as they did their ritualistic cleansing magic during the video. 100 boys versus 100 girls for $500. 000 inches. Every group of people have their time to shine. I don't think the trans pedo community will last that much longer. It all comes to a head and Disney has already popped. Shoo. What do you guys think about that? I know that last comment was long. I have one thing to add. I assume both of you know the Nephilim were sterile males, like a mule, right? They saw the females in dual-gendered species of cryptids. Even though they personally had no sex drive, they imagined what it would be like to be female. They would roleplay. I don't know exactly how long their growth period was. I can say this though. My 3 friends in San Francisco, in the mid-1700s, women were 7 to 1100 years old and were only about 7-8 feet tall. I loved them so much. Fancy lads, who dressed in a more personal, expressive manner, silk, satin, frilly lace powdered wigs, to cover their bald heads after losing their hair due to their addiction to radium. Those were the men of renown, the artists, musicians, inventors, architects, etc. The guys depicted in the paintings of our founding fathers, if they're wearing knickers, knee-high socks and shoes with shiny buckles on them, they're a Nephilim, not a bad thing. Note 2. The community, please don't hate our creators. Their consciousness branches out through ours. 13 beautiful Nephilim worked diligently for 460 years, could have been 160 years, for the right to carry out this experiment. A self-propagating homunculus culture in a consciousness feedback loop, with the only directive being know thyself, which may in fact ultimately negate the culture. You know, there can be only one. So, till all are one, this is the way. Live long and prosper while doing unto others as you would have them do unto you, because they are you.